This is the setup that I like for backbends, because if you don't have a wall here and Bella, let's do a backbend. Bella does a backbend and there's nothing on the back. The mat can slide. She's just really small, so that didn't even move. So I always have something. This is really a sticky mat, and so you can use any heavy block or a wall there. Oh, ignore that. We'll be starting with bridge kickovers, and so that's the first skill that they will be learning, because that's what they do in level 2. So we will bridge up nice and tall. Always have the athletes bridge up facing the bottom end of the cheese mat. This is how I like to do it, with the hands on the carpet, feet on the mat. You want to see that they're pressing forward in the direction they're trying to kick. So whenever they kick, you want to see nice control, ready, kick up. And you should be able to see a good split here with good tight knees and pointed toes and a good lever out of it. You always want to see control out of any skill they do. But yes, going down the wedge mat, like I said, hands carpet, feet on mat. And you want to see a shift in their weight, because if your rainbow, right, is and the weight is just stacked in the middle, and you try to kick over, it's just not going to work. And so I'll show you that. So if Bella does not press forward and her weight is kind of centered, ready, just try to like kick right up, it's a lot harder. And so right there, even on that maybe not so pretty one, she still shifted her weight, and that's just the only way to do that kickover. If you are not flexible, if you see that their shoulders in a laying down bridge up, their shoulders are not able to open up there, there's no way they're going to get a kickover or even a backbend. And so there's shoulder flexibility involved and back flexibility. And so really harp on, hey, maybe your athletes need to do some bridges, talk to their parents about getting them some just conditioning at home, just so you guys can speed up that process, because most athletes, I think, do understand how to do a backbend if you teach them, or how to do a kickover. But if the flexibility is just not there, it's just not going to happen. And so progressing from that, we can scoot down a little bit more. And so you can just have the athlete maybe put their hands a foot away, ready, roll, bridge up. Same deal, putting pressure here. Maybe you're spotting that kicking leg, ready, go. Spot, lever, whoop, right up nice and pretty. And then you'll scoot down. Oh my gosh, Bella, you're doing so awesome. And it's the same thing on the floor. And so Bella's gonna lay down her bridge right up. She's gonna push in the direction she wants to go. Big kick and a big jump off that leg right there. And you have your kickover. I would always use the wedge mat. You can use a panel mat where they lay down and bridge up. But the biggest thing is you wanna see, do they have good flexibility? Are they shifting their weight? Are they using both their legs? Are they just kicking or jumping, or are they jumping and kicking? They kick with their good leg and they jump with their bad foot. And it is a really unique movement. And so I'll show you a drill to kind of help out with that, because it's just, when you are learning how to tumble and you're learning how to do that kickover, there's nothing like that movement at all. And so here's a little drill to help you out with that. This drill right here, you're gonna have them start in a pike first. So you're gonna pike. Their good leg is gonna stay out, their bad leg is gonna come in. And so I'm just gonna show you this drill. So ready, we're gonna kick up and jump with this leg, go for it, jump and kick. And so that can be correlated to their bridge kickover, because whenever they shift their weight, they kick with their good leg, they jump with their bad leg, right, in their bridge. And so when they're doing this drill, you're gonna see that when they're jumping from this position, they're not, maybe they don't have enough muscles here in their glute to really lift themselves up. And so I'm gonna show you mine versus Bella's, and Bella's gonna be more pretty, but I think I can get a little higher. All right, so you ready? In 3, 2, and 1, go. Rip. And so here, now Bella, show me this. Lift up. There you go. So that right there is using your glutes. Yes, you're using your quads here. And so just learning how to like lift and push down. If you can do that without jumping, then eventually you can learn how to jump. Then you can help condition yourself to do your kickover. Now, if you're using this as a station, make sure you look for control. Don't have the athletes do a bunch at a time that are just super sloppy. Have them just do one good one at a time. And so this drill can help them learn how to use their legs, how to use them at the same time. And eventually you'll see more of an extension off this leg and a better kick off this leg. And so another variation that this makes it even easier, they're shifting all the way over. They don't even have to jump. You saw how easy that was for Bella. She's pretty flexible, and you can just pretty much just kick your way over. And so if your athletes are struggling with kind of that first level, here's an easier one. Again, check for flexibility. Check if they know how to use their kicking leg versus their pushing leg, and the bridge rocking motion, right, where they're pushing through their shoulders. And so if they have all those things, flexibility, they know how to push, they know how to kick, they know how to shift their weight, they should have that kick over there. And then you can inch your way down, get them to the floor. And so it's all about progressions. How can I step them back? How can I move them forward? What drills do I need to pick to help them out? And so do they need more just kicks, learning how to lift their legs up. Do they need stronger hip flexors, or do they need more maybe lunge hops because they need to work on pushing on their legs? Once you can isolate that problem, then you'll learn how to upscale and downscale any athlete. With the back bend, this is after your kickovers. I always have the athletes go feet apart because it brings them closer to the ground. I'll have my athletes sometimes start wide if they're learning the back bend, and then later on they can go together. With the back bend, I usually have my athletes start with their hands forward just so they can learn to watch their hands. And so Bella's gonna watch her hands. We're gonna look for hips moving forward, right? And so that's gonna help us control the entire skill. If you're not pushing your hips forward as you are pulling your arms backwards, you are just gonna, your athlete is just gonna fall straight back. And so Bella, let's go arms forward. And so don't push, I'm gonna make sure you don't hit your head, by the way. So you're going to pull your arms back, but not push your hips up. So if you don't push your hips forward and all you do is pull your arms back, you see how long that is? She's not gonna make it to that bridge. And so if we do both things, right, we push our belly button forward, we pull our arms back with good flexibility, right? So now we're gonna push here. Let's do the whole back bend again. Watch your hands, nice and easy. And that's how you don't get athletes crashing on the ground or hurting their head or their necks, because this could be very quickly a dangerous skill if you're not teaching that right. And so I always tell my athletes, push, 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 and I'll put my finger right on their back and help them kind of guide that until, let's go hands forward. Maybe I don't need to kind of spot that as much. I can just spot the neck here. Ready, go. And just control the athlete. Sweet, you got it. And then I can hover spot and let the athlete do it by themselves. Progressing this, you can just have the athlete like take a step forward and do that back bend. So we can maybe take a step forward. There you go, hands forward, get that back bend in. Ready, watching our hands. We're hover spotting. Bella's good, awesome, sweet. And so again, just scooting them up until you're ready for floor. And it's the same deal. Just spot the whole thing, make sure they're pushing forward, and then spotting the neck, and it's just hover spotting. Okay, with the back bend, if you're having athletes struggle with pushing their hips forward, you can have them stand kind of like next to a wall so you can get really close. Start with their arms up because they can't start with their arms forward. Bella's gonna push her belly button forward into the wall and push, 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 push. And you see how that kind of gave her a goal to make sure she's not just flying back. Just that simple drill, just that simple cue, because sometimes just telling them, hey, push your belly button forward, it's enough. That should help them go back. And so again, just make sure your athletes are flexible enough. You're teaching them the cues, and you're telling them, hey, feet apart, to start off with. They're pushing their belly forward. They're watching their hands. Their head isn't all the way out here. They're actually watching their hands. Then they should be able to get a back bend easy. But always start with the kickover, then go to the back bend, and then you can throw those together. For the sake of gymnastics, that's the order we're gonna go in, because level 2 has a kickover first, then they do the back and kickover or back walkover. If it was tumbling, then I would teach a back bend, then kickover, then back and kickover. But because this is a gymnastics, we will go that route.